You know, alright, before I get into uh this prediction video for Lomachenko versus Walters, it's a couple things I want to get off my chest. First off, how's everybody doing? It's your boy AC. Uh, it has been a while since I made videos. I was doing my thing, man, on vacation. You know what I mean? Soiling my royal oats and fulfilling every erotic desire and spending a whole lot of money. So now it's back to the grind because I gotta restack my bread, you know what I mean, to my comfortable numbers. Ugh. But whatever the case, right? Uh, First off, before we get into this video, I want to say rest in peace to Aaron Pryor. You know what I mean? I think the boxing world took a huge hit with his loss. He was one of the he was one of those fighters that was overlooked during the Fabulous Four era with Duran, Hagler, Hearns, and Leonard. You know, he was one of those overlooked fighters. You know what I'm saying? But he he was a mainstay, and he had great matches. He had great fights. I don't need to tell you what, who was who. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, you're a boxing fan, you should already know. If not, look up Aaron Pryor and look up some of his work. All right. Uh, like I said, blessings be on to him and his family. You know what I mean? And like I said again, man, rest in peace, Aaron Pryor, man. Uh, the second thing I want to address is that even though I have I've been making videos, I still keep my ears close to what's going on in boxing, and I still listen to all my peoples. You know what I mean? Y'all know who y'all is. The LDBC. You already know. I ride with y'all all day, every day, and I listen to I still listen to the beats. EJ, Ben Umar, Nat Turner, Chris Caban. Those are my guys. Um, that's still the crew. You know what I'm saying? So much love to them. So, but I'm hearing of guys hating. Don't understand why. Don't understand why. Uh, I don't understand why they're hating. You know what I mean? And if y'all don't know, y'all been hiding under a rock for the past couple of days. This guy, Michael Montero, right? He's a familiar name in boxing media. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I guess he started. I know he just maybe he just started making YouTube videos. I don't know. I don't know. But for some reason, he has a problem with some of the larger channels. I guess he thinks cats like 78, Dante's Boxing Nation, Ego, you know what I mean? For some reason, he thinks those guys are, frauding or whatever the case may be. Um, Actually, you know what I mean? That's a hate move. But, if. And to me, it sounds like a cry for help. You know what I mean? It sounds like a cry for help. It really does to me. So here's what it is. Mr. Montero, you want your channel to grow. You want your channel to grow. You want to be one of the foremost names in YouTube, on social media. Then there's a couple of things you got to do. And I feel comfortable saying this for two reasons. One, I want people to win. Number two, I know that you're not going to do it because, pardon my French, but it's ingrained in you to be a fuckboy. Like I said, pardon my French because I don't normally curse, but I think that term describes Mr. Montero to a T, don't you think? There's a couple of things you have to do, man. First off, for any of us to take you serious, and keep in mind, we don't take you serious. Any real boxing fan does not take you serious. Okay? Look who you align yourself with. You align yourself up with Fisher, Doug Fisher, Steve Kim, and the jelly donut smuggling Dan Raphael. You know. We know that you are a Triple G fanboy. We know that you don't like Ward. We know that you don't like Mayweather. We know that you don't like PBC, Al Heyman, and all that good stuff. We know this. We know this. All right? We're not even going to play these games. We know this. All right? So we can't take you serious because we already know what's going to come out of your mouth. All right? So, you want your channel to grow? Here's a couple things that you can do. First off, you can stop being a fanboy. Stop being a cheerleader. Stop cheerleading one guy. Number two, be professional and unbiased. I know, Mr. Montero. This sounds too much like right, doesn't it? You know, to be unbiased, to call stuff right down the middle. You can't do that. Look at the people you run with. Let's just be honest. Like, you clicked up with Dan Raphael, right? Who has taken who's went on a personal crusade to boycott Andre Ward fights by not going to them. But at the same time, he busts his behind to go see Brandon Rios versus Mike Alvarado. Part 3, that is. One of the worst HBO broadcasts in recent history. He rushes out to support that, but he won't go to an Andre Ward. These are the type of people you surround yourself with. They're cornballs, and the whack juice just rubs all over you. To the point you can't even get it off. Excuse me. So if you want your channels to grow, if you want to be, the foremost voices online, then you might just want Mr. Montero to be unbiased and stop being a cheerleader. We know that you won't do that. So it is what it is. Right? Right? So now, with that being the case, I'm done with that. Let's get into what I really wanted to record this video for. And that is this. Vasily Lomachenko versus Nicholas Walters. Excuse me. I personally am very, very, very excited for this fight. Not excited as I was a year ago when this fight initially should have been made. Nicholas Walters, my initial thought, if this joint would have went down at 126, I think that Lomachenko would have won. 130, Walters. However, due to Walters' inactivity, let's be honest, like, Lomachenko has been getting the rounds in. He's been very, 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 has been very active. He's been doing a good job of keeping his name out here, keeping his name on people's lips, and for that reason, and that inactivity, I think, can really hurt Nicholas Walters. I mean, the last time I believe we saw Nicholas Walters, what was that draw to was Sosa? Was the Sosa fight? Or was it the Mariaga fight? I believe it was the Sosa fight. He got gypped heavy in that fight. You know, he caught, he caught the shank in that one. So, and for some reason I do think that Walters for some reason has weight problems. I don't understand, and that comes from him not doing what he's supposed to do. It comes from him not doing it. He's just not active enough. Um, as far as Lomachenko goes, I love his style. Man, I love Lomachenko's style. His style of fighting is what I look for in a fighter. I love people that can fight. I love boxers who actually like to box. You don't find a whole. Maybe I'm a little old school. I like people who actually likes to. I like people who actually likes to. Be the best at what they try to do. And I tell you, Lomachenko, he that's the style I like. He fights at a certain rhythm. He uses the jab. He uses his ring IQ. The man, his movement is impeccable. I don't see too many flaws in this game, except one. And we know that from the one loss that's on his record to Orlando Salido. Now, Orlando Salido, when he fought Lomachenko, it's an age old testament, right? What is that? You box bangers, you bang boxers, right? That's exactly what Orlando Salido did. He banged on the boxer, and as a result, it flustered Lomachenko because he couldn't go nowhere. He couldn't move his head because the body don't move even though your head does, right? You keep your head on the swivel all day long, right? But the body don't go nowhere. And Orlando Salido understood that very well. So he just banged on it and put rounds in the bag. But hey, we're not, we ain't going there too tough. We know what's up, right? We know what's up. Now, this one flaw in Lomachenko's game happens to be Nicholas Walters, his strength, his main strength. It happens to be his main strength. The Axeman, he didn't get that name for nothing. The man know how to chop you down. His ring IQ is very, very, very underrated. He knows how to cut the ring off. He really knows how to cut the ring off. He understands, he works behind his jab, his movement. The man damn near has one punch knockout power. Okay? We saw what he did to Donnell. We saw what he did to Donnell. We thought Donnell's career was over after what Walters was able to do to him, right? But the problem is Walters' inactivity. He's too inactive for my taste, bruh. You know what I mean? Lomachenko is the fresher guy. At 130 pounds, from what I'm seeing and from what I'm hearing about Walters, he looks heavy. He looks a little heavy. He looks heavy. And like I said, and maybe that's a small issue, but maybe he having potential weight problems, in the future, and that's, like I said, that's due to inactivity. He needs to get better with that. Outside of all of those things, I don't really see no clear-cut advantage that one fighter has for another. I think this is a real 50-50 fight. For the most part. If I was to, I'm just gonna make my prediction right now, and I'm just gonna come out there and say it. I think Lomachenko is gonna win the fight. All right, even though I love Nicholas Walters a lot, and it wouldn't surprise me if he won, I'm gonna root for him to win, but I gotta keep it real. I think Lomachenko is gonna win because of the simple fact that Lomachenko is the fresher guy. Lomachenko's been putting the rounds in. Lomachenko's been doing everything that he was supposed to do while Nicholas Walters, he just hasn't been around. You just can't fight one time every 14 to 16 months and then hop in the ring with a world class fighter like Lomachenko and expect you to put up the type of performance that we seen you put up against someone like Nonito Donaire. You know, I don't expect it to happen. Um, like I said, I will be rooting for uh Nicholas Walters, but I think Lomachenko is going to win this fight. I think the fight is going to go the distance. I don't think I think that Lomachenko is too skilled to be knocked out, and I think both fighters have a lot of dog in them. I don't think no fighter is going to go into survival mode. You know, so I think this is going to go the distance, and I think at the end the scorecards is going to say that Lomachenko did his thing and Lomachenko gets the win. And I mean, like I said, and if Nicholas Walters, you know me, I'm gonna tell the truth as I see it. If I believe that Nicholas Walters won the fight, I'll be more than, this is one of those fights that I'll be more than happy to eat crow. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is. It really is. But you know, yeah, I got Lomachenko winning this fight. Um, he's the more skilled fighter, and he's the fresher guy. He's been getting the rounds in. He's ready. It doesn't seem like Nicholas Walters is ready. From what I've been hearing and from what I've been seeing, the guy looks heavy. He might have problems making weight, and that's due to inactivity. And if that's the issue, I mean, he already lost the belt on the scales. So, I'm very excited for this fight. I'm not excited as I would have been last year, but we're getting the fight, and this is one of the fights that should, that we wanted, so we getting it. So I got Lomachenko for the win. Agree or disagree? Let me know. As always, like, comment, subscribe. To the next time, it's your boy AC. I will holla. Peace.